Hello guys, my name is Pershing, and today we will be beginning the series of how to make your mod. This series will cover all the essentials you need to, well, make your map, save it in F2 and F3 mode, what you need in F2 and F3 mode, covering that. And then we're going to cover scripting, beginning scripts, how to get your mission started so you can get going on that. We're also going to cover files, how you set up files for multiplayer, single player, and we're going to cover how you save in F3 so you can get different combat mode and assault zones, etc. And I will be looking for requests in comment section for what we cover at different times, but I'm mostly going to go in order from making your map, saving it, and the beginning scripts, and then we're going to go over the files, how you make those files, which is fairly essential to how your mod shows up in the workshop. And then we're going to maybe, if we have time, as a little bonus episode, go over how to make your thing look professional in the workshop and what is required and how to upload, especially how to upload your thing to the workshop because many people I've seen have questions on how to upload to the workshop. So let's get started. I'm going to go to F2 by pressing Fn and then pressing F2, and I'm going to load. In this case, we're going to load testing just as a test map. I'm really looking forward to hearing your guys' feedback on this series because it seems that although there's tutorials out there, it doesn't seem to really cover how to work the gem editor. And I know a lot of people would like to do that. So anyone watching this, please spread the word about the series as I am very excited to get the series going. I will try to release one video each week covering all the essentials you need. In today's episode, we will go over what you need to save in F2 and F3 mode. We're going to cover a single player map in this case, and then multiplayer will come after this. So we're going to go single player, get to the basic scripts, then we're going to go multiplayer, get to the scripts on that, and then we're going to go over the files on single player and then go over the files on multiplayer. So we're at the map. It's just a test map, nothing too special. So F1 is you can use the WASD keys to move around. I recommend you do get a mouse so you can use it to rotate around and zoom in and out with the scroller because without a mouse you cannot do those things except for zooming out and in with a keypad. So very recommended that you get a mouse. You can very cheap, buy them at the local store. So let's get started. So the clip camera position, that's just saying in game, when someone plays your mission, this is the camera angle that they're going to be using. That's all this is saying. You uncheck this so you can actually move around, see the map in full 360 degrees. Well, you can do that anyways, but you can see it in more of a top to bottom view. And it's very useful for seeing the layouts, flanking positions, etc. So, and this is show map borders. So we're going to go over map borders because it's a very important thing. So people think you have to add and all that stuff. You really don't. Auto is basically saying what the default thing is. You can move around. You can actually move auto. It doesn't matter as long as you save the new border lines. If I am wrong on this, I suggest in F3 mode when you load in F3 mode, just press F2 and change it and then save in F2 and F3 and that may work. But I'm pretty sure just saving in F2 will work. So let's get started here. Yeah, so I covered that. Oh yeah, if you want to adding is for if you want to change it's basically a set clip script, which basically says that it will change the borders to the new desired borders. So maybe if you want to limit the playing field for the players so they can't see as much, and or you want them to only battle in a certain area with the enemy, that's a very useful tool for creating very dynamic scenarios and also making it so it's a kind of a mystery to the player as what is to come. So what you want to do is adjust that, and you want to go to F3, by pressing Fn, F3. Then you want to press F6. Oh, after pressing F3, you want to press F6. You want to choose an environment. We'll just choose that. Doesn't matter what you choose. If you want to, I'll go over another time. Maybe if we have time, how to make your custom environment and save it. But it's actually it. You have to make a mod. Yeah, it will automatically go into the file in your game. So we'll cover that another time. So you want to press OK, and OK. So now we have an environment. In this case, it does follow the borders as I set them. So make sure you're aware of the colors, which I will go over another time. But I'll just give a little quick thing. Yellow, and then there's a green thing that goes back here. That's just the fog distance. And then these other ones, you want to really just put them at the yellow line. See where how that border line comes up? You want to just put every other line where that is. It does limit where you sometimes reinforcements can go, but it really doesn't matter because you're going to have the hidden tag on reinforcements, which basically makes them non-interactable with the environment. So I could basically place a reinforcement unit right here, put it on hidden, and basically nothing will touch it. It won't matter where it is as long as it spawns over here. It's very useful to know these things because a lot of people think you need to put it outside the map and whatever. You do not need to do that. So this is just a little airstrip map here, as you can see. Nothing too special. So we're going to be in F3. And now, what else do we need to do? Well, let's cover, we have, this is entities. Oh yeah, that's a good thing. F2, if you're placing entities, or if you're placing cannons and stuff, do not place any units and stuff in F2 because basically what that says is that it acts as an entity in F2, where if you load in F3, and there may be an exception when you're originally loading the map in F3, but the second time you load it in, it will be non-interactable as scripting wise. So you can't script a cannon you put in F2 and F3 because you can only script the tag thing only comes in F3, so you have to place cannons and units, etc. in F3. Everything else you see here, you can place in F2. These are actually entities. These are not working planes. These are like a building. These act as a building right now. So do not be fooled by the aircraft I'm putting because these are non-working aircraft. So let's go to F3 and now you want to save and press save as. In this case, for single player mode, you want to press 0. You want only 0. That's what you want, 0. And it's not O. See, there's a difference. 0. Saving. Now you want to check, just load F3. Now 0.mi. That makes it so it recognizes the mission as a single player mission. I don't know why, but that's how the devs put it. So you want to make sure it's 0.mi, but you don't need a .mi. You just need to put 0 and press OK. So now what we're going to do is we're going to reload. Next episode, we will cover the fundamentals of basic scripting in single player to get your mission started and make it organized. Okay, so now it is environment set. So, yep, it follows all the borders as you can see. A little trick. In F3, you can place things in F2 also. I'd be a little careful. I would load in F2 just to be safe, but it's possible to load in F3. You just have to save in F2 and F3 to make sure that it stays there. Because I've had some times where I did F2 and F3 and it didn't work. So I just be safe, load in F2 when you have to place entities. It is kind of inconvenient, but what can we do? So let's see. Uh, yeah, so basically that's it for today's episode. We've just covered how to save an F2 and F3, and that has your mission started. I'm just gonna check to make sure we didn't miss anything. This is camera, that's triggers, that's zones, waypoints, squads. We don't even need to worry about that. Oh yeah. So view mode, that allows you to basically act like F1 mode. It's like a F3 F1 mode, in other words. So you can use that when you need to press play and stuff. And just view the field with WASD. You can move around using that mode. You cannot move around with WSD when you press that. That is replacing this stuff and cannons, etc. Um, yeah, so that is it for today, folks. It was a good episode. I hope to see you next time. In next episode, as I mentioned before, just to reiterate, we will go over some basic mission scripting for your single player mission to get you started and getting in the right direction. I will have some episodes dedicated to specific scripting. So this is Pershing signing off.